A rainy Tuesday afternoon, the perfect time to sit back and enjoy some Philippine college basketball coming directly to you live from the Enderun Titan Gym. You're all watching the Pinoyliga Collegiate Cup Catch the games live via www.pusop.com, Smart Sports Facebook page, and Pinoyliga Cup's Facebook and YouTube channel. The games for today, some heavyweight bouts between the Blazers and the Tigers for our first match, and later on the Generals fighting against UP Team 2 later on for this evening. Migs Gonzalez here with Benny Benitez. Later on, we'll be listening to our courtside reporter, Bianca Tagarda. But for now, let's enjoy and talk about our first game. Benny, pleasure to be back with you.
Hi, pleasure to be with you, Migs, on this Tuesday evening. Basketball para po sa inyong lahat. It's another Pinoyliga Collegiate Cup Season 4 game day.
And another season. So let's take a look at our participating teams, both for Group Prime and Group Edge. Any notable candidates here, Benny?
Oh, in Group Prime, nandyan yung Blazers, of course, itong dalawang protagonist natin. Then UP Team 1, Perpetual Altas, ang LPU Pirates, the Diliman Blue Dragons, who surprised everyone with a win over the Tigers, and ang JRU Heavy Bombers. Now, on the other side, nandito yung UP Team 2. Of course, nandyan yung defending NCAA champions sa Mapua Cardinals, Adamson Soaring Falcons, ang NU Bulldogs, at saka itong emerging power, ang EAC Generals, and St. Dominic Pikemen, and the Guangming Flying Dragons.
I mean, proving their supremacy in the previous Next Man Cup, getting the championship. Pero let's take a glimpse at our tournament format right now. How are they going to battle for the championship?
Two brackets. Pagkatapos itong 7 teams na to, they will do a round robin where yung 6th and 7th spot after the eliminations, they will now go into a play-in to get that 6th spot. Now, pag na-determine yan, Migs, yung 6th versus 3rd place team, and then 4th and 5th, they go into a play-in inside the group, and then whoever emerges will now go into a quarters within the group pa rin, 1, 4, 2, 3, and then crossover semifinals, and then the finals.
Equal opportunity for everyone to get that much coveted championship. But let's take our attention into our first match today, the Manila Blazers against the UST Growling Tigers. Taking a look at the last skirmish of the Blazers here, where they lost quite a landslide defeat against this UP team. Let's take a look at the numbers here, Benny.
Yeah, 95-66. Kung meron man bright spot dito, Allen Liwag was superb. 25 points, 5 rebounds.
Absolutely.
But other than that, they were severely outclassed by the UP Fighting Maroons. They were outgunned. Tinakbo sila ng UP Fighting Maroons. And that incidentally was the last game as an amateur for Francis Lopez, who was the best player of that game with 22 points.
Rebounding numbers speaking for themselves, but in terms of the specific pointers that they're taking up with the Tigers today, what's up their sleeve here?
Yeah, trust the system and intensity. We pointed it out. Si Coach Charles Shu has a system already in place. He has a very capable assistant coach pool. Manu Enigo, si Coach June Villarin, nandyan siya, si Coach Paulo Layog. Of course, yung intensity, they still lack that. Kasi nga, wala rin si Tony Inot, who's the precursor of that. But, you need to watch out for Matthew Oli, SJ Moore, and Jumel Ancheta. Those are the premier guards forwards for ang Benil Blazers.
I mean, just a handful of names that we have to watch out for. But looking at this heartbreaking loss here for the Growling Tigers, losing by 1 against the UCAL Pride and Diliman College Blue Dragons. Walk us through here.
I think this is overconfidence, if you want to call it, or complacency on the part of the UST Growling Tigers. They were outmatched, outshot in the end game by the Diliman Blue Dragons. This is to the credit, of course, of the Blue Dragons. They never gave up.
Yes.
I guess this is a bounce back day for the UST Growling Tigers.
An incredible comeback, to say the least, of Diliman College. But they came up with a victory against a renowned program in UST. But speaking of today's game, what do they have against TSB here?
Yeah, energy. They need to keep it up and then crash the boards. May height naman sila, and then to the coach's plan, similar to the Benil game plan. Now, you have to look at Michael Mara. He needs to operate. Although, magiging kalaban niya yung former team niya from last year. Ivan Kalom, who's emerging to be a very capable guard, and Simur Alaw. Ito yung mga guards to watch out for the UST Growling Tigers.
Definitely a load of pressure on both teams coming into game number 1 for today. Pero we have some players very eagerly waiting to part on some information. Pakinggan natin ang ating courtside reporter, si Bianca Tagarda.
Mix and Benny, I'm with both players from each team. Sa kanan ko nga ay si SJ Moore ng Benil Blazers at sa kaliwa ko naman ay si Michael Mara of the UST Growling Tigers. Now, both of you are facing your former teams today. Pero ikaw muna tatanungin ko, SJ. After all the team had been through, the Blazers had a tough week last week. Pero ano ba yung lamang ninyo dito sa match na to?
Our team was like down from yesterday's game, and we've been through a lot, especially from yesterday's game. So we're back here again for another game and to give our best and 100% on the court.
Now, what about you, Michael Mara? I'm sure gusto nyo ring bumawi, especially from that Diliman game.
I think mas better kami as a team ngayon kasi coming from that loss, we've all learned as a team and as an individual ourselves, and I think we're in much better shape right now compared sa past few games namin. So yun lang. I expect us to give everything as well.
Now, I know we're all excited, pero hindi ko na patatagalin pa. So now, let's go back to Mix and Benny.
Thank you, Bianca. Both teams coming from their fair share of heartbreak here. UST falling short against Diliman and CSB just falling just that bit against the EAC Generals. Our friendly prediction here, I got UST on this one. Just falling short of that one. Feeling ko yung gigil nila magkikarry over sa game number 1 ngayon. Fresh na fresh pa sa memories nila yan.
Ako naman, batang NC. Sige. Benil Blazers.
And that's our friendly prediction for now. Let's take our time to get game number 1 rolling. The game announcer, it's all yours.
Good evening, mga karika, and welcome to the Enderun Gym in Taguig City. Today's first game features Benil Blazers and UST Growling Tigers for the 2025 Pinoyliga Collegiate Cup Season 4. Live on the official Facebook and YouTube channel, Pinoyliga Cup. Let us now make way for the starting lineups, beginning with Benil Blazers. One guard number 17, Jomel Ancheta. Two guard number 9, Joshua Kahukum. Man in the middle, number 63, Edson Serrano. Power forward number 19, SJ Moore. Also forward number 33, Gio Gonzaga. The head coach is Carlo Tan. Now, the starting 5 for the UST Growling Tigers. Starting at guard number 2, Ivan Kalum. Also guard number 25, Giro Sevilla. Coming in at center number 34, Kumbay Ayol Kumbay. Forward number 5, Jason Suba. Also at forward number 13, Lorenzo Banco. The head coach for UST Growling Tigers is Japs Kwan. Referees for this ball game, Cruci, Dennis Escaros. Umpire 1, John Lesigas. Umpire 2, Michael Casquejo.
Starting 5s on your screen now. Ancheta and Kahukom will be the starting 1 and 2 for CSB. Serrano, Moore, and Gonzaga to provide that much-needed backup. On the side of UST, we see Calum, Sevilla, and Kumbay, Suba, and Banco for their starting infantry line. For the first game of our doubleheader this Tuesday on a night here at the Enderun Titan Gym, the Growling Tigers and the CSB Blazers on towards redemption. First possession goes to CSB.
Yep. Obviously, noticeably, absent in the starting 5, and I think he won't be playing in this game, si Allen Liwag. So, expect that CSD will have to look for that 25 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 blocks.
Somewhere else.
Contribution ni Allen.
Kumbay striking while the iron is hot. Getting the first 2 points on the board. Early lead for the Growling Tigers.
Yep, Kumbay needs to show what his true potential is in this game, Migs. You know, yung physical specimen that he is.
Yes,
kailangan
absolutely.
din natin makita kung how does it translate to effectiveness inside the court.
CSB coming up empty on that last possession. Kumbay providing the shield. Hard show here from CSB. Forcing that post up against Kumbay. Quick double team. Drop pass inside. Finished with ease by Lawrence Banco.
you have to look at who will be the next man up for the UST Growling Tigers. I think this is the best situation for the coaching staff of UST para ibalasa itong
yung personnel nila.
Mga personnel na.
Exactly. Calum taking advantage of that gap. Passes out to his teammate Sevilla. Here we go. Sevilla smartly using that screen. Losing both defenders, just could not finish on that one.
Yep. Makita natin si Sevilla at saka si Calum. I think this is a good combination to start with para kay Coach Jobs Kuwan. Very quick, though syempre in terms of yung height nila, medyo lacking sila compared to the guards of the CSB Blazers. But let's see.
SJ Moore having a little message for his previous team, scoring on them with 2. Calum with time ticking down. Step back Jay, just short of the mark. Kumbay, swing and a miss. Third try here for UST.
Two things that you want to see there. Si Calum has the license to shoot and si Kumbay needs to really smoothen yung kanyang finish like what we saw in the last conversion supposedly ni Kumbay dito. Dapat he could have converted on it already.
Excellent pass there by Calum.
Yeah, like this.
Recognizing the gap in the defense. Kumbay all day to shoot but more committing the foul. Kumbay now at the line.
There's a lot of work to be done, of course, on the SNC side and then on the skill side. Kasi if you notice on that, it's not just the finish up top na makikita mong kailangan din i-develop, but the footwork of Kumbay.
I mean, he really already has that exoskeleton structure of a great inside presence here for UST. Maybe probably the next Peter Osang. I mean, most probably.
Give him a year, give or take. And then, syempre, a lot of skill work.
Yeah. SJ Moore slicing through the defense. Up and out for Kumbay, rejecting that shot.
With SJ Moore, obviously, you know what to expect from him. Para siyang Russell Westbrook, one speed. Baga, yung
only
speed
fast.
Only fast. But I want to see the development of
SJ Moore.
Si SJ Moore to a point where he could slow it down.
Yeah.
Kasi pag bumagal yung laro sa kanya, he could be a very powerful tool.
I mean, shiftiness is the new speed, I'd say. In the modern era of basketball, hindi na masyadong uso yung laging mabilis lang. You have to know how to get your defender on their toes. As Ancheta keeping his defender on him. And Moore almost losing Kumbay. Circus shot goes in for CSB. Buys a trip to the line.
I was going to stand up na. Akala ko it's going to be a slam. But SJ Moore was smart enough to see kung sino nasa likod niya.
Nakita niya yung trailing slender man right behind him. That was a shot block waiting to happen, but SJ Moore smartly pulling back. But Oreb here for CSB.
Yeah.
Gonzaga running out of space. Almost scoring against Kumbay, but cleaning it up is Edson Serrano.
I want to congratulate si Gio Gonzaga. Obviously, naging part siya ng Mythical 5
ng Next Man Cup.
Yeah, the recently concluded Next Man Cup.
And the only member from CSB getting into that Mythical 5 selection as Banco scoring again. One of the mainstays of the second string of Coach Japs Kuan.
I think this will be the final year of Joshua Kahukom. We want to see kung mag-i-step up ba siya to be part of that core guard lineup ng CSB Blazers. Because I've been seeing him for the last 2 Next Man Cups and a lot of the Collegiate Cups that we have. So, is it going to be a breakout season for
Joshua?
Kahukom?
Oh, and UST getting CSB out of touch. And SJ Moore committing the foul. That's going to be Jason Suba heading to the line. And the platoon swap here for the Growling Tigers. Mara Teng Alaw checking in for the black and white. Suba now for 2. Representing Team United in a parallel league here in the Philippines. And previously from the States is here Jason Suba, a Philam prospect being scouted by the UST squad. Now wearing number 5 for the Growling Tigers.
Akala ko si Crisostomo siya eh. Because
medyo may hawig.
Yeah, there's a lot of yung mga slender players sa part ng UST na yung play alike sila. Si Crisostomo, he knows how to shoot. It's very slender ngayon. Papasok pa si Koji Beneflor.
Oh, yeah.
Who's in the same build. So, expect na si Coach Pido Harencio would have a lot of serviceable 3-4s
Absolutely.
na mahahaba.
And now, yung challenge na ngayon for the lineup for Coach Pido is who from the backcourt can step up as those facilitating guards. You have Koji Buenaflor, you have Kumbay. Lots of height in that lineup. Jake Gaspay making space for himself but sharing the sugar with Moore. Getting it inside.
Jake Gaspay, you know what to expect from him, yung mga ganyan. No? Yung extra pass that matters, so to speak. Kasi yun yung talaga nakapuntos.
Medyo may pagka-Boris Diaw itong si Jake Gaspay, no?
Good.
Like,
Gandang comparison yun, Mix.
Yeah, great utility player here for CSB. He can score if they need to. But Gonzaga, hindi nagpapahuli. The mythical 5 inductee for CSB. Lead up by 5 now.
Maganda yung laro ni Gonzaga because he has the height, he has the craftiness dito sa baseline, like what he saw,
Ganda nun.
what he showed us there. Alam mo kung sino yung player comparison ko kay Gio Gonzaga? Leo Nahorda. He could be a Leo Nahorda, no? Ang upside niya could be a Leo Nahorda.
That's a pretty accurate comparison, actually. More Alaw from perimeter range could not convert. And speaking of new old faces, Matthew Ollie checking in here for the Blazers. One of the mainstays of the Blazer program as well.
We talked about yung 2-3 wing depth chart ng Benil
CSB,
Blazers.
no? Yeah.
Ano siya malalim na. Justin Sanchez is not yet there.
Di pa.
I spoke to him kanina, sabi ko, ano nangyari sa'yo? May hamstring injury pero I think babalik na siya next game.
And we hopefully see him in the next incursion. Pakinggan muna natin. Courtside reporter Bianca Tagarda. What do you have for us?
No excuses. Ayan ang madiin na sabi ni Coach Carlo Tan of the Benil Blazers after a tough week last week. Since January daw, they played about 50 to 60 games. Kaya every game may seem like just another for the Blazers. But this is no surprise as this is exactly what Coach Charles Yu wants for the Blazers, for them to condition their body for the next NCAA season. Tama na raw ang dalawang magkasunod na talo kaya even if there is no Sean Umali, Allen Liwag, and Rafi Celis today due to injuries, someone needs to step up. Now let's ask the panel kung sino ba ang nagsi-step up for the Blazers. Mix and Benny, I guess it's SJ, isn't it?
Thank you, Bianca. And without a doubt, SJ Moore feeling that gap here in the CSB lineup as we take a look at this replay. Ancheta putting his defender on skates with that pull-up jumper for 2 for CSB.
If I were to look at the lineup, kung may puputok ngayon, Jomel Ancheta.
Oh yeah.
You know his consistency.
The pride of Marikina.
Yes. You know his consistency. You know what to expect from him. And maganda sa kanya, he's a thinking point guard.
Oh, and offensive foul by, I think that's more Alaw. Begging for that count on that 3, but looks like referees will not be awarding that one. Laure set to check in for UST. Uupo muna dito. Etong si Zane Mahmoud. Hindi rin siya naglaro nung previous game for against Diliman. Pero ngayon, sporting the jersey of UST.
Yep. Another Doctor Strange lookalike.
Medyo.
Parang si our
John Abate.
Your analyst the last time.
We covered the Next Man Cup, which ended in overtime pa for the finals.
A lot of superhero lookalikes here.
Actually, speaking of superheroes, as Jake Gaspay scored on that strong hook to the right side, medyo Jason Momoa ang datingan nito ni Zane.
Yes.
Yeah. And treading the waters. Breaking the lead is Michael Mara for that 3. But still behind by 6 is the Growling Tigers.
Still
Gonzaga trying his luck from the corner. Up by 9 now.
Hindi pa ako masyadong sanay na makita si Michael Mara in UST kits. Kasi nasanay ako nasa CSB
diba?
siya. So, But, I think he has the best chance with the UST Growling Tigers. Kasi kung nandito siya sa Benil, if you notice, ang dami nga nung sa depth chart nung 3-4s nila.
Timeout will be called for now as both teams will talk it over. CSB by 9 against the Growling Tigers. We'll be right back for more Pinoyliga action.
Enjoy high-speed internet with one of Smart's best ever promos. Whether you need big data on a budget or worry-free unli internet, get these Smart Wi-Fi promos today.
Coming back to you live here at the Enderun Colleges. You can catch our games live at the www.pusop.com, the Smart Sports FB page, Pinoyliga Cup's Facebook and YouTube channel. But the best way to experience our games is live here at our venue, the Enderun Colleges dito sa Taguig, as UST and CSB both eager to redeem themselves from their past skirmishes, just falling short of Diliman for the Growling Tigers, and the CSB heartbreak courtesy of EAC in the Next Man Cup Finals.
That's true, Migs. Yung heartbreak na yun in the form of a 1-point
Wow.
loss.
I mean, UST got a bit complacent there as Laure showing utmost confidence inside.
Yeah, overconfidence, lack of someone that will take charge during the fourth quarter. I think yung identification of that person, yun na naging problema eh.
And Matthew Oli lighting it up from outside. One of the calling cards of CSB answering the three-point call. Brial Teng outside to Alaw. Gaspay staying on Laure. Ball will stay with UST.
It would be interesting to see on the UST side, Mix, as we'll take a look at the three-point shoot play of the game.
That was Matthew Oli, brought to you by Smart 5G. Checking in is Jiro Meca and June Melesio here for the Growling Tigers as they have 8 on the shot clock.
And napansin ko lang sa lineup ng UST, ito in this case, they have at least three Sobel boys. Arboleda, Melesio, and itong si Jiro Sevilla. Kaya kanina sabi ko, familiar yung Sevilla. So,
he came from Zobel, the Zobel program. Yep.
Zobel program. Kaya marami rin yung recruit coming from that side.
And the Boris Dio of CSB, Jake Gaspay, scoring on that last incursion. Etong si Joaquim Laure naman, medyo may pagka-Tyler Hansbrough to eh.
Yeah.
Pati sa laro niya. I mean, the former Indiana Pacer, that decent post game. He also has that perimeter shot, but a tenacious defender as well. Inside, no? Oli make it 2 for 2. And Coach Japskuan wants to call timeout after this possession by UST as they're up by 13 now. Melesio puts on the brakes, floats it up, in and out.
Jake Gaspay is showing us why he's one of those defensive gems of college basketball today.
And sidestep beauty for Jake Gaspay, a little 4-0 run, coupled with those back-to-back threes by Matthew Oli. Shot so nice, you gotta see it twice. It's like his defender was a traffic cone right in front of Michael Mara. We'll be right back after this timeout. Stay tuned.
Enjoy high-speed internet with one of Smart's best ever promos. Whether you need big data on a budget or worry-free unli internet, get these Smart Wi-Fi promos today.
Now coming back for the remainder of the first quarter between CSB and UST. Both teams fueled with redemption, but one more, just a bit more gas to the fire here with CSB leading by 15 here in the first quarter. big lead here for the Blazers so far, Benny.
Yep, yung kanilang outside shots, it's clicking. Jomel Ancheta, Matthew Oli, nakita mo naman yon. And ang UST, I think they have to do a better job on defense. Si Jake Gaspay nag-early offense. And it's something na kailangan maging alarm ka kasi pinabayaan mo yung bigs na takbo, i-rim-run niya yung bola.
And that's 3 similar plays coming from Jake Gaspay, scoring off that sidestep in the painted area. So something that UST should get a hold of early as Callum drives to the hole. Extra step outside to Melesio. Corner pass, Callum listed down for the Tigers.
Callum has this
And Fernie Simons yan.
na
left-handed.
Left-handed Hardenesque release.
Medyo. SJ Moore retrieves that emergency pass. Gaspay with all day to shoot. Missing that corner trip.
Gaspay is feeling it.
Medyo mainit, no? That ball just barely missed it. Serrano taps it out, but ball stays with CSB.
What we see here, si Roger Ondoa, I haven't seen him
Di
for
pa.
quite a while now.
Yeah.
Ngayon, nakikita natin siya. Let's see ano yung mako-contribute niya both on offense and on defense.
It's been a while since we've seen Roger. I mean, last time I think was the previous season of the Next Man Cup pa.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yun pa yung huling ko
That was his
naaalala
last
siya
appearance. Callum tries to go 2 for 2. But time will run out for both of these squads in the first quarter. A 12-point cushion for the CSB Blazers. Their outside shooting clicking. Raining threes outside the Enderun Titan gym and inside. You can catch our games at www.pusop.com, the Smart Sports FB page, and Pinoyliga Cup's Facebook and YouTube channel. Our official venue partner, Enderun Colleges. Official ticketing partner, Ticket to Me. Our official outfitter, LGR. Special shout out to Pinoyliga.com, Amelie Hotel Manila, Buffalo Wings and Things, and Eastern Communications. We'll be right back for the second quarter. Stay tuned.
Enjoy high-speed internet with one of Smart's best ever promos. Whether you need big data on a budget or worry-free Unli internet, get these Smart Wi-Fi promos today.
And coming back now for the second quarter, it has all been about CSB in those first 10 minutes, Benny. How can UST pick up the slack here?
Offense, an execution at a time. Palagi naman natin sinasabi yan. Mahaba pa naman to, 30 minutes. On defense, they have to keep it up. Yung mga basic Kailangan na nakakover agad sila. Yung sa early offense, tinitingnan agad nila.
I think it's still replaying in their head their defeat against Diliman, no? But Melesio immediately forgetting about the past, putting it behind him just like that triple, down by 9.
You see here Nathan Victoria on the point guard position. So opportunity kasi tinitignan natin mula yata hindi maglalaro si Ian Torres. At saka si Gab Cometa.
Yep.
So it's an opportunity for him to step up.
Roger Ondoa trying to contribute a 3. But USD off to the races now. And on the other side, Callum, no finish. Kumbay, that ball is mine and mine only. Finishing the end one inside.
Yeah, it's a good thing, di niya na binaba. Mas mataas na
We saw that before. Against Diliman, may tendency siya laging ibomba yung bola muna bago niyang itaas. But learning from the lessons of the past.
Yeah, medyo napababa niya pang konti. But, you know, pagka pag na-master niya na yan.
Edi easy na.
Yep.
In and out on that free throw.
He reminds me so much of yung kanyang ka-look-alike niya si Thon Maker.
Oh yeah.
Thon Maker.
Easy basket there for Ernest Daha. Lighting it up from range in the Next Man Cup finals, but just falling short by 2 points against the EAC Generals. EJ Castillo winning finals MVP credentials in that last one.
We hope to see EJ Castillo later.
Later on. Saktong-sakto. Actually, I was about to talk about that. EJ Castillo and the Generals fighting against the second team of the UP Fighting Maroons for game number 2. So don't miss that, mga kaliga. Only here at the Enderun Titan Gym for for the continuation of the Collegiate Cup. Papasok dito si Earl Bahal for UST. Uupo muna etong si June Melesio. June Melesio, of course, coming from a family of basketball players as well. His brother was previously playing for LaSalle, si Aljun Melesio.
One of the best point guards of the LaSalle.
I'd say, no? Scoring at will. Kumbay on that roll. Beautiful finish. Callum and Kumbay with a two-man game.
It's a project type itong si Kumbay. Like I said, give or take a year.
I'd say, no?
Polishing. He's gonna
Laking
be
problema yan.
serviceable. Yung skill set, madidevelop, pero yung physical attributes, God-given kasi yan.
Feeling ko pag nung lumabas siya, yan na yan. Nung lumabas siya, ganyan siya katangkad. Palagay ko. Nung inira siya, mga isang taon. Isang taon ang tinagal. As Kumbay on that right-hand finish. CSB committing the foul on that other side. Victoria to Daha. Bit too strong. Gaspay with the O-reb. Oh, and great pass inside. Just Daha falling short. Kumbay, kala ko bababa niya na yung bola. Di pa pala.
Ganda ng pasa na yun ni Jake Gaspay.
Great recognition there. Callum, that's the pass they want to Kumbay. Easy pickings for Kumbay. And UST now within 5.
That's the plays that you want to see because they're taking advantage of them having an FSA and ang CSB having none. Kasi ang laki nung advantage na yun. This is the same type of plays na ginagawa sa kanila ng Diliman Blue Dragons nung Sabado.
Yeah, with Mumbagna and si Solimon Cone. I mean, those are the two very big problems ng UST that time. As Ondoa, down to Gaspay, beautiful run.
What you want about Jake Gaspay is yung pagtakbo niya, yung early runs niya, yung kanyang timing, yung knack for the ball game, yung knack for the game, yun yung parang intangibles ba ni Jake Gaspay.
But Ivan Callum contributing to the scoring column with that floater. Michael Mara and Moore Alaw set to check in here for the Growling Tigers. Victoria sets the table. There's the screen for Ondoa, but doesn't see the pass. Victoria will take it for himself. Bit too strong. Inside to Kumbay again. Triple team, doesn't matter. Strong finish for the UST. Big man inside.
Don't look now, Migs. 3-point
3 points na lang. Nagre-replay pa rin talaga sa utak nila yung talo nila sa Diliman. Until now. They were up by as much as double digits, I believe, from that last game in the Collegiate Cup. No? But meanwhile, Jake Gaspay again with an end-one play. Sorry, that was Ernest Daha, my mistake. Earning his trip to the line, Mara now and Alaw will buy a ticket to the starting for the 5 here in the second quarter. Daha, great body control to finish that layup. And while shooting his free throws, pakinggan naman natin yung nahandang report ng ating courtside reporter na si Bianca Tagarda.
Coming from a silver finish in the UAAP 3x3 basketball, Zayn Mahmoud wishes to bring some fresh take in the ball game at hoping din na madala ang winning momentum here with his team in Pinoyliga. According to Coach Japs Kwan, they are expecting the Tiger Cubs standouts Koji Buenaflor, Charles Buxit, and Carl Manding to play tonight. However, they still cannot be found in the bench as of the moment, but hopefully we'll get to see them in the next games to come. Mix and Benny, how's the Growling Tigers this quarter?
Thank you, Bianca. And now CSB with a counter turnover. Ancheta behind the back, but tapped away by Tang. Good heads-up defense. And on the way, more takeoff. Just could not finish again. But that's what SJ Moore can do for you. Kumbay all the way, finger roll. And UST is absolutely loving it. And it's run after run after run here for both the Growling Tigers and the Blazers. Shot so nice, you gotta see it twice. Thonmaker, Kumbay all the way. Doesn't matter, 1, 2, 3 Blazers.
Pag inisip mo mabuti, kahit hindi ka nakakapanood ng ng NBA, ganun pala siguro si Kevin Durant kung tumatakbo.
Yes, pretty much.
Pretty much, it sums it.
Para siya si Taco Fall. Pwede rin, di ba?
Pwedeng tumatakbo siya ng ganun. Because unicorn kasi si Kevin Durant. He has the Kumbay height but the skill set of a guard.
And Serrano now shooting his second free throw here as CSB finds themselves up by 4.
They had two athletic plays na hindi nag-convert. So now they're giving an opportunity for the UST Growling Tigers to keep abreast sa kanila.
Moore gets it to Daha. Hands it off to Jumel. On him is Steng with 8 seconds on the shot clock. Kumbay on the switch. A much bigger defender inside to Serrano. Sees the mismatch. And not sure about that shot. Coach Japskuan yelling at his kids to keep running. But now UST with a reset. Good transition D here by CSB.
That's what we're talking about when we talked earlier, Migs, about the IQ of Jomel Ancheta. He was on that side. Nakita niyo yung weak side na mismatch for I think that was Serrano. And that was a very heady play. Hindi nga lang nag-convert.
Naalala niya, uy, nag-switch sa akin si Kumbay ah. So ibig sabihin, si Brian Teng, nahihirapan na i-contain si Serrano. But Carillo now checking in for CSB. Alaw gets the shield from Kumbay. Popping it out is Steng. Pull up jumper. Fouled on the way up. To the free throw line is Brian Teng. That's going to be a foul on SJ Moore. Getting his arm there on the shooting motion. Bralteng, I think, contributing about 6 to 8 points in their last meeting against Diliman. Also a perimeter scoring option here for the Growling Tigers. Moore taking a seat. UST now with Mara, Laure, Teng, Alaw, and Sevilla. CSB with Vanguardia, Carillo, Ancheta, Gonzaga, and Gaspay.
We mentioned before, siguro ang nakakatanda na lang nito. I'd like to talk about Echo, Laure.
Si Tyler Hansbrough.
Yeah, but going to the history ng Paulo Pe. I'm very high on system players na that player kasi he doesn't contribute a lot on offense but he could facilitate. And si Laure has the offense so he could be a better version of Paulo Pe.
Oh, that's going to be 2 free throws here for, I believe, CSB. I think Teng committing that foul last time. Making his way to the free throw line again is Brian Teng. More chances here for UST to cut into the lead. CSB up by 6, missing the first.
We didn't see, well, we will never see this game si Tony Inot, si Matthew Hucom, and si Antonio Sevio, Migs, and of course, na-mention natin kanina si
Sean O'Malley.
Sean O'Malley and si Justin Sanchez. So, there's a lot of exciting things that we could look forward to the Benil Blazers.
Yes.
Coach Charles will be the one to handle this, especially yung A-team niya na kasi to. So, kita na natin kung sino na yung magiging roster lineup niya, yung chemical lineup nun, at saka yung potential na substitution patterns niya.
I mean, a very deep bench ang CSB, no? Kumbaga sinasabi ng coaching staff na this is even my final form. Corner 3. Down the hatch for Giro Sevilla. Now down by 4 is the Growling Tigers, continuing to knock on that door. Ancheta sets it. Down to Carillo, screen by Gaspay. Frees up Gene. To the hole, extra pass to Jake. Mishandles it, but looks like it'll still be CSB ball.
Coach Japskuan is looking at a review.
Let's see if it'll push through. Looks like he'll just let it go here. Still a lot of basketball to be played. He might be needing that later on. Ang head coach's challenge niya. Oh, it looks like referees will be reviewing this one as Coach as Coach Carlo Tan is arguing his case here for CSB. Let's take a look at this replay. It looked like it was tapped out by Sevilla, but it might have been last touch by Jake.
I think they have another angle kung makikita natin yun.
Yep.
It would unfold here.
Take a look at this. Oh, that might have been last touch by Jake. You can see the disappointment in his face. Na parang, uy, last touch ko yata yun. Pero, syempre, hindi yan naamin. Wala kami nandyan. Tignan natin ulit. Jake, huling-huli ka, naka-video ka. Yup. Ito, stopped by Mara, but it might have been off of Gaspay's fingertips.
Deflected via... Well,
And the call was overturned. Challenge, review successful rather, as UST reclaims possession. Good challenge. It was successful for head coach Japs Kuan.
I want to see. It's a 4-point lead for the Binil Blazers. Tingnan natin kung paano hahabol ang UST Growling Tigers. Let's point out, Migs, yung dalawang guards nila na nandito ngayon. Moore Alaw at saka si Ivan Kelum. They both have double figures during their last game against Diliman. But you have to control yung shots nila because they went on 4 of 14 kay Moore. And then si Kelum had also the same percentage, 4 of 14. So they need to look at yung kanilang volume shooting and yung efficiency in terms of that.
Yeah, they definitely have to find more options that are more versatile here for UST, no? Pero meanwhile, they're just down by 4 against this Blazers squad thanks to their defensive prowess. Gonzaga looking to extinguish the fire. Callum resets. Sevilla quickly to Mara. Power step inside, overshoots it, gets his own mess. And that is Michael Relentless Mara for you inside.
The one that's also missing dun sa lineup ng Binil, si Erel Galas.
Oh yeah, I mean Erel Galas and Rafi Celes actually also missing here for CSB. Two very instrumental players in their performance against the Generals in the previous game of the finals ng Next Man Cup. I mean, denying those wide open layups of EAC, getting those much needed rebounds, defensive coverage for the Blazers. Lots of assets missing here for the CSB as they're only up by 2. We'll be right back for more action. 40-38. Stay tuned.
Enjoy high-speed internet with one of Smart's best ever promos. Whether you need big data on a budget or worry-free Unli internet, get these Smart Wi-Fi promos today.
USD done talking it over as more action here in the second quarter and a very lively audience here at the Enderun Titan Gym on a Tuesday night, supporting their home teams in UST and CSB as both eager to redeem themselves from their previous outings.
I'm thinking this might probably be from the UP crowd already.
Maybe.
Slowly coming into the building.
Baka naabutan kasi ng ulan, so most likely maaga na sila.
Yeah. I hope everyone's safe and dry.
Yep.
May konting drizzle.
Ancheta trying to add to the drizzle outside, but no go. All the way to the basket, coast-to-coast play for Alwin Arboleda, just like his father. The same build, those Arboleda shoulders, and that Arboleda speed.
Ang isa sa mga intangibles or yung factor ni Sean O'Malley na nawala is yung play
inside
action nila dun sa sa pinch post.
Yes.
Yung ability ni Sean O'Malley to do dribble handoff, to locate yung mga cutters, and to even na makatira siya sa 3 points and then dive down to get those mismatches. A very versatile Sean O'Malley is what's missing right now because yung activity ng Benil Blazers inside is really not as fluid as you want it to be pag nandyan si Allen Liwag or si Sean O'Malley.
All the way to the cup, leaving all his defenders in the dust. Is Angelo Vanguardia of that offhand finish for CSB. Now UST claiming the lead by 1. They were up by as much as 3 earlier. Calum to the hole. Fancy footwork. Can't finish. Less than a minute now in the second. Vanguardia inside to Carillo. Power dribble Gaspay. Blocked from behind by Calum. Mara off to the races. Takes it by himself. Inside hand finish for the relentless Mara. Vanguardia sees another gap. Gaspay power dribble. Too strong now. And UST can slow it down to build some momentum coming into the second half.
Let's see an ISO situation potentially in this case.
Could be.
You want to give it to your guards, Migs, in this situation where it's 13 seconds to go.
Calum does not use the shield, tries to drop it off to Mahmoud. Yes, he does. Time ticking down now. Gonzaga down the line. Hail Mary disconnects. And that's going to be the end of the first 20 minutes of play between the CSB Blazers and the UST Growling Tigers. Up by 5 now after trailing for majority of the game. You can catch most of our games, if not all, at www.pusop.com, the Smart Sports Facebook page, the Pinoyliga Cup's Facebook and YouTube channel. Special shout out to our official venue partner, Enderun Colleges, official ticketing partner, Ticket to Me, official outfitter, LGR, Pinoyliga.com, Amelie Hotel Manila, Buffalo Wings and Things, and Eastern Communications. 47-42, UST up by 5. We'll be right back.
Enjoy high-speed internet with one of Smart's best ever promos. Whether you need big data on a budget or worry-free Unli internet, get these Smart Wi-Fi promos today. Enjoy high-speed internet with one of Smart's best ever promos. Whether you need big data on a budget or worry-free Unli internet, get these Smart Wi-Fi promos today.
Mga Kaliga, for our halftime interview, I'm here with one of the assistant coaches of the Benil Blazers. That is Coach JC Colliar. Now, good evening po sa inyo, Coach JC. It's so nice to have you here po. Now, there is no Sean O'Malley or Allen Liwag for the Blazers tonight. Pero sino po ba ang magiging sandigan ng Blazers for this match?
Okay, we expect our bigs to step up when our main guys are not here. So we expect a lot from Jake Gaspay, Edson Serrano, and we have Gio also today. So we know they're good players and they can fill the void left by Sean and Allen.
And at the end po of the second quarter, the Blazers started to rattle at medyo nabawi na nga po ang lamang. But for the second half, paano po ba makaka-recuperate ang Blazers from that deficit?
Yeah, we have to be more in control. We have to be more composed. UST picked up the pressure. Our guards weren't able to handle it the best way. So we're looking for them to handle the pressure better and organize our offense better.
And lastly po, may gusto po ba kayong batiin or shoutout sa ating live stream?
Just the whole CSB community and our coaches that are not here.
Thank you so much po, Coach JC. Now that's all for halftime interview. We'll see you shortly in a while.
Enjoy high-speed internet with one of Smart's best ever promos. Whether you need big data on a budget or worry-free Unli internet, get these Smart Wi-Fi promos today. Enjoy high-speed internet with one of Smart's best ever promos. Whether you need big data on a budget or worry-free Unli internet, get these Smart Wi-Fi promos today. Enjoy high-speed internet with one of Smart's best ever promos. Whether you need big data on a budget or worry-free Unli internet, get these Smart Wi-Fi promos today.
And our two lucky winners of our Buffalo Wings and Things halftime segment, winning their gift certificates and limited edition merchandise from our valued partners at Buffalo Wings and Things. But going back to the second half, what unfolded in the first 20 minutes, 16 out of 30 shooting for the CSB Blazers, and almost identical here for the Growling Tigers. Out-rebounding CSB is UST by a 7-point margin, equal in the assist department, and almost equal in their defensive intensity in the first 20 minutes. But more efficient from the three-point land is CSB, shooting 3 out of 9 and 5 out of 10 naman para sa UST. And free throw woes have continued for UST, haunting them 2 out of 12 in the first half. And that is our statistics so far for the first half. But taking a look at our leading scorers, Gio Gonzaga for 11, Gaspay with 8, Matthew Oli with 6, Kumbay on UST side with 12, Michael Mara with 7, and Ivan Calum with 8 points for the Growling Tigers. Those are your leading scorers coming into the second half, the continuation of the first game of our double-header today between the CSB Blazers and the UST Growling Tigers. Abangan nyo later mga kaliga ang game number 2 between the EAC Generals, the recently crowned Pinoyliga Next Man Cup champions, and UP Fighting Maroons team number 2 later on at 8 p.m. So abangan natin yan. You can catch our games at www.pusop.com, the Smart Sports FB page, the Pinoyliga Cup's Facebook and YouTube channel, our official venue partner, Enderun Colleges, official ticketing partner, Ticket to Me, official outfitter, LGR, Pinoyliga.com, Amalie Hotel Manila, Buffalo Wings and Things, and Eastern Communications. Now as we arrive at the next juncture of our ball game, the next 20 minutes about to come into play. CSB versus UST. And before we continue our game today, I'd like to give a very, very special shout out to Coach Paulo Layug of the CSB Blazers. He is watching his team today as he is away for other commitments. So Coach Pau, shout out sa'yo. Thank you for watching the Pinoy Liga and your continued support with you and your team.
Congratulations kay Coach Paulo Layog. He is
The coach of the year, the season.
coach of the tournament
Of
for
the
the
tournament.
next month cup. Yep. Congratulations. So he's helping out on some campaign trail, of course. In summer.
Mara sets the pick off that pop. Ancheta trying to thwart Mara on his way to the rim, but Kumbay unable to clean the mess. CSB with a successful defensive stop there.
Yeah, Ayol Kumbay had 12 points kanina. No? He's one of those na, like you mentioned earlier, na that were the leading scorers together with Michael Mara and si Ivan Kalum. Now on the side naman sila Benil, Gonzaga, Gaspay, and Oli. The big guys are the ones that are stepping up pagdating sa kanilang scoring.
Kumbay now at the line making the first. And nakita nga natin kanina sa halftime stats natin, the abysmal free throw numbers of UST has enabled CSB to just keep this at a very close game. 2 out of 12 for the Growling Tigers in terms of percentage, and a respectable 1 out of 4 from CSB so far. But syempre, the challenge there is to make all of them. Serrano, 2-man game there between Ancheta and Edson.
Yeah, it's the stats during the halftime is pretty much the same. Tama yung sinabi mo, makes yung free throw.
Yep.
Was 2 of 12.
It's a very big gap.
A big gap.
Alaw with Kumbay with the shield, straight up 3 for more. The journeyman for the Growling Tigers, settling quite well for the Espana powerhouse.
We mentioned this earlier. Pag tinignan mo mabuti si Moore Alaw, for a 1 or a 2, he has the skill set, he has the size, he can convert to the next level given the good opportunities that he can get moving forward.
Showtime! SJ Moore! Parang nahiya. Nahiya yata. Medyo nagkulang sa buwelo.
Yeah.
Sabi niya patikim eh. Sabi siguro sa UST na, huwag niyo ako ipastil ulit kundi idadakdak ko na sa sunod.
Akala ko mararamdaman ko na yung Jalen Green-like feelings.
Di pa. Kumbay showing no mercy naman on the other end. Converting on the 2. Moore, he wants that contest. But foul whistled against UST here. Ondoa checks in for SJ Moore. Sinabi kanina na hindi ka dumakdak, sige, isasub ka muna. But Kumbay on that 1-2 step inside with a 1-2 punch for the Growling Tigers.
Yeah, si Kumbay, pag tinignan mo siyang mabuti, mukhang yung potential niya to be FSA 1 is there physically. This is a big help for him kasi nabababad siya. Yun yung importante. Yes. It keeps the confidence up for someone that has playing time.
Yeah. I mean, that's the purpose of the entire Pinoy Liga Cup. It's to give experience. It's to give this platform as... Speaking of platforms, Joshua Kahukom, nagpaparamdam na sa entablado ng Pinoy Liga, landing his first 3 points of the Collegiate Cup. Kumbay again with a mini 4-0 run for himself.
Well, that's a wise decision on his part, yung face-up niya na drive na yun. Because yung apex nung release niya, layo eh.
Yep.
Hindi naman nahahabol ng anyone from the Benil Blazers.
Ancheta, tough shot against Kumbay. Falling away. Hitting that tough midi.
You could see yung IQ ni Jumel Ancheta on that part. He knows the separations, the space inside. Tapos nilayo niya pa yung tira dahil finade away niya.
Alaw had the step. Ancheta could not finish. UST here's the other way. Melesio sees some daylight. All day to shoot. Pwede pa mag-round trip to Espana. Sa dami ng oras na doon, but could not convert. Ondoa. Wild shot. Does not fall. 2 shots here for Roger.
Roger Ondoa, very athletic. Ang daming athletic na wings and guards ng
CSB. I mean, dyan talaga sila kilala. I mean, those versatile roles. We have Rafi Celes, we have Irel Galas, we have Edson Serrano, and then at the guard, di naman nagkukulang. Jomel Ancheta, Ian Torres, SJ Moore, flexible at that guard and forward position.
Alam mo ba, itong si Roger Undoa is a product of the small programs ng ICC Blue Hawks. And he was teammates with Jake Gaspay. So kung iisipin mo mabuti, napakalakas din ng programa na yon ng ICC Blue Hawks. Kasi
I mean, producing two very viable instruments here for CSB in Undoa and Gaspay. No? Gaspay, player comparison-wise, yung Boris Diaw, that passing ability, supreme IQ, yung team captain vibes talaga eh. Etong si Gio, and then a nice anchor is Undoa as Callum swinging a miss. Kahukom on the other side. That's an easy two.
That's what you want
for Joshua.
From Joshua Kahukom. If he wants to convert to the next level, he has to have those types of skill set.
Don't look now. It's a tie game here as Zayn Mahmoud breaking the tie.
If there's one player that was lost dun sa season 87 lineup ng UST Tigers, it's Zayn Mahmoud. He looks lost during that season. He wasn't earning the minutes. And I think itong situation niya here is confidence boosting.
Absolutely.
He has the size, he has the skill set, galing siya sa ibang bansa. And let's see if this is something that he could pick up from, gain the confidence, and push it forward.
He can literally turn the tide like Aquaman. Literally turn the tide. But speaking of tides, pakinggan naman natin yung report ni Bianca Tagarda. Ano naman balita dyan, Bianca?
Youngest growling tiger, that is Bryle Teng, is actually just 18 years old, who was discovered from St. Peter the Apostle School. This Filchi school pride is now donning the jersey of his dream school after being recruited by his coaches, because apparently Mix and Benny, Coach Japs Kwan, who is heading the Growling Tigers tonight, is also of a Filchi origin. Now, Mix and Benny, the Growling Tigers are feeling the moment right now, but what can you say to this potential youngster?
Yeah, I mean, head coach Japs Kuan and Bryle Teng, some mainstays in the Philchai community in the basketball tournaments. We've seen them a lot, and now they are united under this UST umbrella as we take a look at this instant replay. Mahmoud asserting his dominance inside for those 2 points. Ancheta spinning, drop pass to Undoa. Such versatility for this Blazer bench.
Yeah, you could see it. Kahit sinong bunutin ni Coach Tan, magpuproduce. That's how deep they are.
And Bryle Teng unable to convert on that jumper. Laure getting that rebound. Mahmoud all the way.
There you go.
Hindi lang pala si Mara yung bulldozer dito sa UST squad, pati itong si Zayn Mahmoud.
Yep. 2022, he was Gila's youth standout. It was si Zayn Mahmoud, 6'6", coming out of California. He was recruited there. Maganda sa kanya is to take it a step at a time. Siya, si Alex Cono, before he came out, they were the ones that were recruited heavily a year ago, 2 years ago. And wala na si Konov. Let's see what will happen to Zayn Mahmoud this season.
Well, Alex Konov now sporting the green and white, but in another team naman for LaSalle.
Well, yeah, although si Konov has recently decided to go back to the States so that he could pursue his studies there. So it's a great loss it's a big loss, in fact, for the De La Salle Green Archers. But I guess in the development of Alex Konov, in front of him is Mason Amos, who plays exactly like him, who has the same size like him. So if it was development that he needs, probably a year and be an understudy of Mason Amos, it would have been nice. But if it's a play immediately situation that he needs, baka mama hindi niya makuha yon sa LaSalle.
Ancheta out to Gonzaga on that pick and pop. Just falling short on Doa, battling for the board. Alaw comes the other side. Picked by Laure. There's the roll. Excellent play. Laure and Alaw playing sweet chin music getting that 2 for the Tigers. Buying a trip to the free throw line for the 3-point way. For the 3-point play, the old-fashioned way. Shot so nice, you got to see it twice.
I like the roll. I like the recognition of Moore Alaw of the roller.
Laure completes it. Coming from a family of accomplished athletes as well. Etong si Joaquim Laure, the Tyler Hansbrough of UST. Ancheta bothered by Teng on the outside area. Guarding this pick and pop here. Secondary screen denied by Ancheta. Kicking out to Matthew Oli all day. Undercooking that one. Alaw sees some daylight all the way to the basket. Switches hands, but Mahmoud there to clean it all up. And UST finding some gas to the fire. And that's your LGR rebound of the game. Mahmoud cleans it up and puts it back in. Sa ganda ng rebound, pati yung cameraman natin nalito na. We'll be right back.
Nauga.
Sa sobrang lakas ni Mahmoud, we'll be right back for more action. Stay tuned.
Enjoy high-speed internet with one of Smart's best ever promos. Whether you need big data on a budget or worry-free unlimited internet, get these Smart Wi-Fi promos today.
And now coming back from this CSB timeout, UST resorting now to a full court press, refusing to take their foot off the gas pedal. Ancheta gets it across. Out to Gonzaga. Communicating on these screens, takes it out to Ancheta. Behind the back move, losing his defender. Passing it in between two Blazers. And not enough time. Excellent defensive adjustment from the Growling Tigers, thwarting CSB there.
They look lost in that offensive
A
set,
bit, yep.
Migs. Which is the same thing that happened to the Tigers dun sa laban
Against
nila
Diliman.
against Diliman.
Yep.
Yung sa dulo, medyo nawala na sila eh. Tingnan natin kung ma-adjust nila yun at kung nakita na ng coaching staff yung nangyaring yun from the last game.
And Laura committing that foul against Gaspay. UST trying to relive that last game, but now on the winning side.
Well, I'm hopeful because they're UST. So they should be winning. They should be in the win column.
I mean, right now, if UST loses this to CSB, it's gonna plummet them to 0-3. Here in the Collegiate Cup, CSB can go down to as low as 0-2.
Yes.
So both eager to scratch the winning column today.
Yes, si UST kasi there were two winnable games, yung Perpetual and yung Diliman, before they enter into games that will pit them against the top-notch teams, if you wanna call it that way. And here we are, kasi si Benilde, this is a top competition for them.
Oh, and forcing that defensive stop, but offensive foul against Gonzaga of CSB. Great opportunity there for Brial Teng, drawing the charge. And CSB coming from a back-to-back game, actually. Just the Next Man Cup just recently concluding. Just falling short a bit there was the Blazers, and now back to the Collegiate Cup naman, but with almost the same personnel.
Yes, ang prinsipyo yata ni Coach Charles and his coaching staff is the more entries you send, the more chances of winning. The more games you play, the more chances of winning. So, it's important pag ganun kasi, Migs, dapat malalim yung roster mo, yung pool mo. Kasi if you want to go that strategy, and yung conditioning mo
Yeah.
should be top notch. And I remember talking to the different coaches who consult yung kanilang SNC intensely on whether to sasali ba tayo dito o hindi, because they wanna see kung ano yung conditioning at saka kung kakayanin pa ng mga players nila.
It looks like the answer for CSB is almost always yes.
Ah,
Every time, they're always gonna be there. Victoria gives it to Oli. Inside to Gaspay. Knocked around by Callum but stays with it. Kumbay says absolutely not. Victoria, straight away 3 is pure.
that's his specialty. Kita mo yung it reminds me of yung kanyang dad, the great Boy Beats Victoria, who incidentally is my idol. Because he was our seniors player when I was in high school. Yung time kasi ni Boy Beats Victoria with the San Beda Red Lions was from 89 to 93, if I'm not mistaken.
Callum gustong gumante. Right back at you, says the Growling Tigers. And UST trying to compete for best bench reaction of the year.
Yung mga kids these days.
Malay mo, baka magka-contest tayo sa Pinoy Liga. Pagandahan ng bench reaction.
They have a lot of visits, yung mga OKC moments.
Oh yeah.
Yung mga kids ngayon eh.
Gaspay coming up empty. Kumbay taps it to himself.
This is again, I mentioned how Sean O'Malley matches up even with the bigger FSAs because of yung kanyang kinikreate na space.
Yes.
And yung kanyang craftiness up top. Kasi ang nangyayari na ilalabas niya yung big man eh.
Yeah.
Na ilalabas niya yung big man because he could do the pinch post at yung mga weave and handoff actions na walang-wala ngayon. Hindi mo makita.
Ivan Callum thinking 3 and making 3 on that 3-point shot. Play of the game brought to you by Smart 5G. Nathan Victoria now at the line after that last foul. 7-point lead here for the Blazers.
Nathan Victoria, standout also from the high school program of San Beda. If I'm not mistaken, I think San Beda. Red Cubs din ito si Nathan Victoria. And he has a size like his dad. His dad is more or less hindi naman siya kababaan.
And that's an offensive foul against Nathan Victoria as taking down a much bigger Kumbay. Hard to believe, half this size, but just tipped him down like a domino. UST struggling to get it inbound, losing it. Serrano all the way to the basket. It's 2 more points for CSB.
See UST makes, they have to be very careful at this point of the ball game.
Oh, great pass to
There's the
Kumbay.
finish that needs to be developed.
Yep. Carillo sees the UST defense crumbling and takes advantage. 2-point lead now. CSB wanting to end the quarter strong. Oli against Melesio. Back to Callum against Carillo. Kumbay providing the screen. Steps back twice. Shot so nice, but not so nice on the finish. And Gonzaga, CSB will be running out of time. 2-point lead now for the Growling Tigers after trailing for majority of the game. A pretty seesaw battle so far between UST and CSB. But we have 10 more minutes left to play here for the first game of the Collegiate Cup between CSB and UST. We'll be right back for the 4th quarter. Stay tuned.
Enjoy high-speed internet with one of Smart's best ever promos. Whether you need big data on a budget or worry-free Unli internet, get these Smart Wi-Fi promos today.
Fun, fan, and fam. That's what Amelie Hotel Manila is all about. And right here in the Pinoyliga Cup as well, our supporters here at the Enderun Titan Gym supporting for game number 1 between the CSB Blazers and the UST Growling Tigers, as both eager at their chance at redemption. Falling short against the Diliman Colleges is UST, just falling by 1 point against the Blue Dragons, and CSB eager and thirsty for a victory today, coming from a back-to-back against EAC in their defeat in the finals of the Next Man Cup. CSB's defense leaving a lot to be desired, and UST just clicking on all cylinders right now with a 2-point lead. And there's a defensive stop by Oli, taking matters into his own hands. Carillo fumbles the pass but stays with it. Inside to Serrano. Almost tapped out by Earl Bahal. But CSB stays with it.
Yep, it's the last quarter for this game, Migs. We want to see action-packed here. Dalawang teams na, alam mo, highly touted sila. Especially si Benilde, coming out of a runner-up finish from the season 101.
Yes. Carillo, denied by Callum, and there's the stop by UST. But CSB could not complete it. Sorry, the Growling Tigers could not complete it. So now UST at another chance to expand the lead now. Parang nagbibigayan ng dalawang kupunan na to so far, Benny. CSB medyo nagkukulang on the defensive side.
Yes.
UST, in terms of execution, it's there but inconsistent. Any specific keys now heading into the last 10 minutes?
You expect both of the teams to just tighten it up by, around the 5-minute range of this quarter. But you want to expect, you don't expect them to go full court press at this point. It depends on nila sa half-court set is something that they need to take care of.
And there is Earl Bahal after that handoff from Kumbay, finishing that 2 for UST. Oli tries his luck again, same spot, same result. Mara looking for a coast-to-coast play here. Tries to lose Serrano, but kicks it out to his teammate. Kumbay down the lane. And encountered by 2 Blazers there, but looks like he's gonna be whistled for the turnover instead. Mahmoud papasok mana dito para kay Kumbay. Little change in personnel here.
Yeah, Kumbay is being utilized facing the basket instead of kumbaga yung bang post-action. So pag tinignan mo mabuti, sabi nga natin, kailangan pa i-develop yung kanyang footwork at saka yung kanyang finish. So instances like that can happen.
Inside, Serrano just could not finish again. CSB could not catch a break.
Yeah,
UST?
You like how Ancheta brings his defender to his hips.
Yeah.
Kasi talaga nako-control niya yung defender niya. But I guess yung mga pass niya hindi lang nako-convert. But you like that from your point guard.
But CSB now can't afford to trade baskets. It looks like they're clicking a bit more on offense than they are on defense, but that's how the gap has been created in the first place, as Mara just attacking that non-existent CSB defense, getting the easy and one.
You don't want to balloon this at this 8-point mark of the last quarter.
Absolutely. That's the risk that CSB is running right now. As UST just clinging onto this small 6-point lead, but can easily inflate at any time. Mara against Gonzaga, but shakes off the defense on that magic hook by Gio.
If there's one player that you want with the ball, pagkadating sa offense,
Gonzaga.
Gio Gonzaga.
Yep.
You have to rely on him in terms of offense.
Oh, wild shot. Earl Bahal. How did he get that even up? Goes window shopping on a Tuesday. Gonzaga provides the pick. Solid screen there from Gio. Attacks the defense of Teng. Sees some daylight blocked by Mara. CSB scours for the Oreb. Oli with a wild finish.
But you want that from your players, very aggressive.
Yes.
Hindi nga lang talaga na-organize sa maayos sa loob, pero at least there's an attempt 2 attempts from your players.
Alaw putting on the brakes just at the last second as he draws that foul on Matthew Oli. And CSB looking a bit late on those defensive rotations, kaya nakakakuha ng mga foul itong UST on those drives. They have to tighten up on that defensive end, but UST just looking to attack every gap that they see. Switching Mahmood and Kumbay as Alaw shoots this first throw and makes it. Pakinggan muna natin ang ating courtside reporter si Bianca Tagarda. Anong balita natin?
Now in his fourth but not last year, Joshua Kahukom from Quezon City shares the story of how he got to Benilde, and it was all because of Coach Charles Tew, who was also his coach in Batang Gilas. Bukod pa dyan, Joshua also bears inspiration to his relative Dylan Ababu, a former UST star who also influenced him to this sport. Pero for tonight, Joshua is playing against the same jersey that his tito wear. Now let's see how he can make some impact tonight, but we'll be back after this timeout.
Enjoy high-speed internet with one of Smart's best ever promos. Whether you need big data on a budget or worry-free Unli internet, get these Smart Wi-Fi promos today.
Joshua Kahukom, one of the young stars of the CSB Blazers squad, sporting that number 9 jersey for Coach Charles Tew and the gang. What has he contributed so far here for the Blazers team? I mean, has he contributed valuable enough minutes here for against this UST squad?
Yeah, Joshua Kahukom has always been, yung very controlled, very, yung selection niya naman ng tira is not suspect, so to speak. So
he's a pace player, I'd say.
Oo, may ano siya, may malaking contribution din siya sa Benilde lineup. And like I said, yung guards ng
CSB.
ng CSB ng Benilde, malalim yan eh.
Yeah.
Si Joshua Kahukom could slide to the 2, although he's
Pwede.
a serviceable 1. But with Ancheta na kumukuha ng minuto dyan, I think maganda rin yung situation ni Kahukom where he could slide into the 2 and contribute via points.
Michael Mara, too strong, too big, and too good. Just shaving off that CSB defense. They gotta start doubling that earlier. Gaspay, looking for that handoff, fakes it, gives it to Moore, looking for another end one, and looks like they're seeing a silver lining here. 2 straight plays going to SJ Moore.
Yeah, that's what you want from him. Very aggressive. Like I said, if he could develop that mid-range action that he has, he could be very unstoppable.
Take a look at this replay, just attacking the defense of Earl Bahal, but tayong-tayo lang.
Yeah. Kung na-develop niya yung titigil siya doon and pull it up, probably float it.
That's gonna be a weapon.
It's gonna be a weapon kasi if you look at the history of SJ Moore from Arellano, highly recruited. I think yung transition niya to UST from Arellano, dun nagkaroon siya ng lag eh.
Yeah.
Might be na tinamaan din yung confidence siya kasi hindi siya nagagamit dun.
Yeah.
But it's an opportunity for him. This is an opportunity for him to also inventory ba yung kanyang skills.
Yeah. Kumbaga, bag check muna tayo.
Oh.
Tignan natin, what else do we have in the bag?
Yes. Pag na-inventaryo niya yan at nakita niya na ito pa yung kailangan kong gawin. Kasi unstoppable na siya dahil he has something that others don't have eh.
Which is that gift.
Yung gift of athleticness,
Athleticism.
Yes, athleticism ba.
Kumbay forcing that shot up but could not finish. Second time, just crowded by all the Blazers here. Parang pabitin sa children's party. Walang nakakuha.
Yeah, it's just that
It's like holding the forbidden fruit in his hands. And CSB just wants a taste of it. And CSB now controls possession. Victoria against Calum. Looking for that pick by Kahukom, but almost a steal. Victoria scrambles for it. Shot clock reads 10. Joshua thinking 3 and making 3.
He has to take it. Sobrang open nun.
Alaw looking to respond. Attacks the double. Drop pass to Kumbay, but read well by CSB. Kahukom behind the back pass to Moore. Could have a bit too fancy for his own good. Could have been a simpler finish there for CSB.
Oh yeah, it could have brought that
Could have been quicker. Yep.
down to 2, but they still have time.
Gaspay attacking Kumbay, blocked again by the big man.
Yeah, you're putting Kumbay in a very dominating situation kung gagawin mo yun. I think it would have been a very nice attempt kung gumitna muna sila. Look at that as an option instead of bringing it to the heart of Kumbay.
Calum, Alaw from 4-point land. He does not convert, and Kahukom gets it again. An unexpected energy surge here from Joshua Kahukom. Victoria gets the pick from Gaspay. Joshua, 1 for 2.
But you would want that, confident shot. It was rhythm.
Just a little bit short there.
Yes.
Shot clock reads 12. Kumbay sets the high pick. Out to Calum and Fernie Simons. Could not convert. And Gaspay with a swipe and a foul.
There's one player that you want to get that offensive rebound. Michael Mara instead of Kumbay.
I mean, take a look at this instant replay. Michael Mara just a man amongst boys against 3 Blazers.
Yep.
And getting the rebound anyway.
Yeah, maganda kasi kay Michael Mara, he knows how to finish. Yung footwork niya, yung poise niya, pag nakuha niya yung bola sa ilalim, hindi niya minamadali eh.
Yeah.
So, between him and Kumbay, you'd rather have that ball, yung offensive na rebound yung makuha ni Michael Mara. Because there's a good chance that there's gonna be something. Yeah, ito naman, the ghost of the UP loss is haunting now yung CSB Blazers because they were out-rebounded by UP 42-23 the last time. And to think na they don't have much disadvantage naman against UP because UP has Gani Stevens during that time. But they have, during that game, was Allen Liwag and si Sean Umali.
Yeah, a much bulkier and a much taller lineup for CSB against that UP squad. But experimenting with a different set of personnel here against the Growling Tigers.
Yeah.
Laure trying to look for Kumbay. High pass, quick double. And there's the scramble. Bahal chased down, blocked by Moore. Looking like Zion Williamson there.
Wow.
Chasing that ball from all the way from España. He saw the opening from Earl Bahal and says, absolutely not. Hindi lang pala ulan ang pinapayong. Pati si Earl Bahal, pinayungan yung tira, blocked there, and timeout will be called for now. We'll be right back after this timeout.
Enjoy high-speed internet with one of Smart's best ever promos. Whether you need big data on a budget or worry-free Unli internet, get these smart Wi-Fi promos today.
Coming back now from that timeout, Earl Bahal hitting the bench here for UST early as 3.5 minutes remaining here in the fourth. Potentially a dislocated shoulder, but hopefully not. We'll probably hear from Bianca Tagarda later on an injury report on this guy, but hopefully he is going to be fine. UST looking for their first win here. Laure high off that arc, Kumbay with an O-rib against Gonzaga. Just not enough finishing prowess yet from Kumbay. Ancheta, quick change of direction, but CSB resets.
What you want to appreciate naman kay Kumbay is yung pagbalik niya dun sa depensa kasi natakot na sila agad dun.
Yeah, I mean, he often does that almost all the time. Like, there is no possession that he's not there. And full court press here for CSB as they're just down by 2 coming from that three-pointer.
The coaching staff of the UST Growling Tigers needs to have a decision. Will they stay with Kumbay with this limited offense, or yung kanyang defensive presence is something that will make him stay in the ballgame?
Yeah, they can put back Zain Mahmood actually as an exchange here for Kumbay, but let's see what Coach Japskoan has cooked up. Now up by 4 after that quick 2. 2.5 remaining. Both of these teams smelling victory. Ancheta quickly staves off that Teng defense, but foul is called on Calum.
You could see the poise of Jomel Ancheta in that case. Talagang medyo
Walang kaba at
kaba.
all. Na-close out si Teng ng mabilis, tapos he just raises that arm like it was, like he was made to do it.
May sundot man, there's still that poise. I think yung kumpiyansa niya dun sa kanyang handles, something very important.
Mara checks back in here for UST as Ancheta shoots a free throw. Every free throw counts now, especially UST shooting 2 out of 12 earlier in the first half. The best chance at redemption right now. Ancheta now complete from that line. 2-point lead now for UST. They have to be extra careful now for every next possession.
Oh yeah, it's just a 2-point lead on the part of the USC Growling Tigers. It's a similar situation that they had.
Those last 2 minutes brought to you by Smart 5G. Calum overshooting that block by Gaspay from behind. Big stop for the Blazers.
The Blazers are gang rebounding at this point.
And that's what they need to do.
Yeah, they recognize the advantage of the Tigers with the Kumbay.
Ancheta finds Kahukom, but stop there. Moore thinking 3, no good. Kumbay cleans it. UST can go for a dagger here, but snatched away by Moore.
Wow, that's a very athletic defensive play from
That
SJ.
was like a wide receiver catch. Gonzaga, big shot if it goes. And again, 2 empty trips for the Blazers.
They got lucky there. Nagkaroon ng
Lucky break.
mishandling yung si Kumbay in that case.
Much more poise from the CSB team as we approach the last minute.
Yeah, with the amount of games na pinagsamahan nitong grupo ni Coach Charles Chu na to, expect a slight advantage sa end game dito sa mga Benil Blazers.
I mean, these are the mainstays that have CSB's. Kumbay snatches the ball from Gonzaga, goes coast to coast. Bring it down. Flex on him, why don't you? And that's the exclamation mark that UST was searching for. Gonzaga was holding on to his face. Kumbay saw the opportunity and took it from España with love. More trying to snatch that buck, but Kumbay had other plans. We'll be right back after this timeout. Stay tuned.
Enjoy high-speed internet with one of Smart's best ever promos. Whether you need big data on a budget or worry-free unlimited internet, get these Smart Wi-Fi promos today. Enjoy high-speed internet with one of Smart's best ever promos. Whether you need big data on a budget or worry-free Unli internet, get these Smart Wi-Fi promos today.
Gonzaga with the O-rib and put back for the Blazers to put them up within 2. And a chance at a 3-point play the hard way. It's Gio Gonzaga picking up the scraps for CSB time and time again as we approach the last minute of the 4th quarter.
We mentioned this earlier, Mix. If there's one player that you want the ball sa
It's gonna be Gio.
Gio.
But missing that free throw, nabati yata natin. Still within 2. Nagmamadali ang UST dito. Gets it to Mara. Pinagpag lang si Gaspay na parang bata. Gets that hook shot. Kumbay with a steal. Big interception. Alaw to Kumbay and met at the apex by Gaspay. Oh, and Dennis Escaros whistling an unsportsmanlike against Jake. Coach Japs Kuwan telling his guys to settle down. They can't afford the technical right now. That's going to be Jake's 3rd personal foul after that replay. Just trying to intercept Kumbay at the apex there, but
I think it's a regular foul, no? Is it? Or
it was whistled as an unsportsmanlike originally. As Kumbay misses the first. And one more shot here for Kumbay. Misses both. 2 big misses here. Parang nung hinatak niya yung net, bumaba pa nga ng konti yung ring eh. Bumaba yata ng konting-konti.
parang ano siya eh, no? Victor Wenbanyama.
Yeah. I mean, it was an unsportsmanlike as UST retains possession here. Waste away as much clock as they can. Breaks down the defense column. Mara, all day to shoot. Drives, finger roll is good. Wise usage of the shot clock. And the UST audience waving bye-bye to the Blazers, but Gonzaga with other plans. And Gio has some words for the UST crowd. And don't count out the CSB Blazers just yet. Shot so nice, you gotta see it twice. Gio sets his feet, sets his eyes on the target, and lets it fly for CSB 85-88 right now. We'll be right back for more action. 20 seconds left.
Enjoy high-speed internet with one of Smart's best ever promos. Whether you need big data on a budget or worry-free Unli internet, get these Smart Wi-Fi promos today.
CSB down by 3 here with 20 seconds left. What are they looking to do here, Benny?
Well, now that we see Tigers will inbound sa dulo, then this is what they're doing now. Full court, man-to-man, and they're delaying yung paglabas ng bola.
Kumbay gets the ball. Calum, little hot potato with Alaw. There's the foul.
They need to foul because they need to bring themselves to the penalty.
And that's going to be penalty here. So shooting free throws will be more Alaw.
In this case, they might want to look at the option of refouling at kung mag-foul man sila, baka si Kumbay na yung hanapin nila, i-cherry pick nila.
Parang hack-a-shack. Kumbaga, no? If they force that pass to Kumbay, it could be.
Yeah, because more Alaw, Michael Mara, si Kaelum, these are capable free throw shooters.
Yep, all of them. Brial Teng as well.
Yes.
Making both. 2-possession ball game. What's CSB gonna do? Ancheta almost dribbles it out, and Ondoa, quick jab at 2. Excellent execution here by the Blazers.
Quick try
10.8
for
remaining.
a steal and foul if necessary.
Looking for the ball here. Risky pass. Gaspay almost intercepts it and shaves off enough time. And Gaspay has a few words for Mara. And I believe it's for the referee rather. He was saying that Mara, I think, was holding on to Jake as he tried to go for the ball. Pero timeout muna ang tatawagin as we let a few tensions cool off. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Enjoy high-speed internet with one of Smart's best ever promos. Whether you need big data on a budget or worry-free Unli internet, get these smart Wi-Fi promos today.
And now after that Gaspay interception with 8 seconds left, CSB down by 3 UST ball. What's CSB gonna do here?
Foul immediately. Try to get the steal for 1-2 seconds. Kung hindi kaya, they have to foul. They might try to, force the hand of the inbounder to give the ball to Kumbay and have him shoot the free throw.
Pwede. Let's see what they're gonna run
But
here.
he's gonna be the screener in this case.
He was free. Kalum. And there's the foul by Kahokom. So looking to extend to a 2-possession game here. So Ivan Kalum will be sent to the free throw line here for UST. And Teng checks in for Melesio.
If he brings this to 5, then that's practically icing the ball game.
Makes the first one. Both teams going at it, just exchanging punches the whole game. Walang masyadong lumalamang at any point in time, but UST with the last laugh here.
Yes, in this case, the Kumbay has shown us a lot of potential, has shown us his defensive capabilities, and I think that was something that's significant, like in that case.
There we go. And Kumbay with a game-saving block seals the win for UST. Not reliving their nightmare against Diliman. They lost by 1 and now won by 5 against the NCAA runner-ups in the CSB Blazers. CSB goes down 0-2 and UST with 1-1 here in the Collegiate Cup of the Pinoyliga. 92-87 is the final score for both of these squads. An even-keeled ball game for the entire 40 minutes. Definitely an exciting ball game and all throughout. So we'll be right back after these school hymns.
Enjoy high-speed internet with one of Smart's best ever promos. Whether you need big data on a budget or worry-free Unli internet, get these smart Wi-Fi promos today.
Mga Kaliga, our best player of the game with double-double performance, 19 points, 14 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 steals, 3 blocks. Kumbay Ayol!
Mga Kaliga, I'm here with our best player of the game, that is Kumbay Ayol Kumbay from the UST Growling Tigers with a double-double performance. Now, what inspired you to step up today?
It's not about me. It's about us. So I can't do anything myself. It's like they got my back, they trust me, and I got their back too. So it's all about them, not me alone. So we're a team, we're a family.
What a selfless player. Now, how does it feel to contribute to your team today?
Actually, like it's a job to do. Like we came to work, so we're down too, and we talked to ourselves before we came here. Like we have to go and get that win. So it's a must win. So thank God we got it. Yeah, that's it. So we came here to fight, and we fought for real.
And it was a good fight. Now, lastly, would you like to give a shout out to thank someone or to greet someone live? A shout out or a greeting to someone live?
South Sudan, yeah, I can say. Yeah, that's all I can say. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Kumbay Ayol Kumbay. Now, that's all for our best player of the game interview. Now, let's go back to Mix and Benny.
UST's gentle giant off the court, but not so gentle on the court. Game number 2 coming right up. The EAC Generals facing off against the UP Fighting Maroons. Team number 2 at 8 p.m. Congratulations once again to the UST Growling Tigers for their first win of the Pinoyliga Collegiate Cup against the CSB Blazers. Migs Gonzalez, Benny Benitez, and Bianca Tagarda, and the rest of the production team signing off for game number 1. We'll be seeing you for game number 2. Stay tuned.